Hello everybody, this is Tom with another Patreon Pledge for Pledge update. I started a Pledge for Pledge campaign back in March of this year, and it is now the beginning of August, so I'm here to talk about my results from July. The Pledge for Pledge campaign, if you're not familiar, is where I reach out to other creators on Patreon and offer to pledge to their page in exchange for a pledge to mine. At the beginning of July, I started out with 24 patrons at $52 per creation. And here at the beginning of August, I'm up to 32 patrons at $69 creation. I did make a stronger effort, I should say, in the month of July to get more creators to do a pledge exchange with me. Stronger than I did in June, certainly. And definitely got some more patrons on board. The eventual end game with the Pledge for Pledge campaign is to reach the 100 patron mark. And I don't have a specific timeline for that goal. It'll happen when it happens, but I'm estimating that I can get to 50 by the end of the fall, perhaps, and to the 100 mark, perhaps by the first anniversary of the Pledge for Pledge campaign this coming March. So why is that important? It's important because of something called the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 principle. The 80-20 principle says that 80% of the results are generated by 20% of the causes. Or another way of saying it would be 80% of the profits being made are being made by 20% of the companies, or 20% of the business owners. So the idea is that if the page looks successful, more people are likely to check out what you're doing and find out that it is indeed good stuff. So they're more likely to pledge to you unsolicited if they see that you're already being successful. So let's take a look at my results here from July. This month I was not as productive on the creative side. I normally shoot for 4 creations per month, and this time around I was only able to do 3. You could see at the beginning of the month I started with 24 patrons at $54. And as we've seen in the past couple of months, the trend is that when you're doing Pledge for Pledge is that most creators are willing to support you for 1 creation a month, so they cap their pledge at that amount. So you can see that I went from 24 patrons down to 9 for my second one, which is actually more than half of them. But then when I got to my third creation, I was back up to 12 patrons, and the price actually went up a little bit because by the time I got to July 28th, I had added those 8 extra patrons to my list. So that's yet another reason why bringing in patrons in this manner is important, because it's helping to generate funds. You can see for the coming month here, 32 patrons. My first paid post will be $69. The second one currently will be $31, and then $27. If I add more patrons, those numbers will change. So that gives you an idea of how things went this month. As far as money is concerned, we can go back in here and see where I went with that. Overall, Patreon has processed about $400 for me since I started doing the campaign in March. And some of that money has gone back out to support the other creators that I'm doing Pledge for Pledge with. You can see here that at the beginning of August, for the month of July, I had $108 gross. And then credit card fees and Patreon's cut, my net intake was $99.78. My Pledge for Pledge contributions to other creators was $43.20, so my take-home pay this month was $55.70. And that is slightly down from last month, but I only did 3 creations this month. And by slightly down, I'm talking maybe, I think it was about $10. So, not breaking the bank here with the amount of money I'm bringing in just yet. But certainly I've had 2 months in a row now that I've had a significant income that is going to continue to grow as I go through this process of the Patreon Pledge for Pledge campaign. So I hope that you find this information to be helpful to you as you try to build your own Patreon pages. And please do ask questions if you have any, or leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks.